Media Group.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans with my husband and my podcast co-host for, coming up on 8 years, Alan Evans.
A train in the house.
Hard to believe. Anyway,
it is hard to believe we made it this far without totally destroying the studio, this equipment.
Yeah, you're going to dig your way out of that.
Each other.
Yeah. We've had our moments, but we have persevered.
But here we are. We have persevered.
Yes, we have.
Somebody told me one time that nothing worthwhile is easy.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Wow.
I don't.
Well, this would be my Grandpa Evans, so if he said it, I believe it.
Okay. Well, I think some things that are worthwhile are they just happen naturally sometimes, right?
Think they're easy?
Some things, maybe. I don't know. I don't need to get into this kind of a deep discussion.
No, that's true. That's true because I would argue that vacation sometimes for some people is worthwhile. You have to decompress, and vacation is generally pretty easy.
Well, it's hard to pay for it, depending on
there's
your
that.
level of relaxation.
There is that.
Anyway, our marketing department, I don't think I'm allowed to say anybody's name. I'm scared.
Our wacky marketing
department said she did like a little survey and found out there were a few bits that people were missing that we haven't done in quite a while.
Survey set.
And one of those was Ask Alan Anything.
Ask Alan. Ask Alan anything.
Can you believe we did not rehearse that? Anyway, so I went on my Instagram. I should have went on there a little bit sooner than I did, but I still got such a great diverse group of questions to ask you, honey.
Really?
As people can ask you anything. Now, y'all know some of y'all ask some questions I'm not going to ask. Even though it says Ask Alan Anything, that comes with an asterisk.
Like lewd stuff?
Maybe some stuff that's maybe a little tad too personal.
Well, we open up the kimono pretty good here. Speaking of, we also have letters. We have letters. Wow.
You about tore the paper.
I just destroyed.
Why did you do that?
Look at that. I just
Why did you do
destroyed
that?
the paper. We have some letters we didn't get to last time because remember we only read like two or three of them.
Yeah, but we got to Ask Alan Anything, and then they're going to ask us more things?
This is very listener intensive.
Well, there you go.
See how we involve the listener?
Yeah. Without you, we'd literally have no podcast.
Yeah, good call.
All right, so what do you want to do? Do you want to start with your letters left over, and then we'll end with Ask Alan Anything?
I'm good with whatever.
Let's start there because what you have might actually cover some of what the questions will be asked in my Instagram. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, gosh, can we talk about one other thing too? So actually 3 things tonight.
Okay.
Can we quickly talk about the big news in Dallas? We don't talk about it a lot. We don't talk about the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, that's
very
one of the
much.
questions from Ask Alan Anything.
Oh, wow. Okay. Should we save it?
Well, see, that's the danger. So that's why I wanted you to go first so I could, go through my questions. But that is one of the topics that is posed to you about what happened in Dallas.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll save it for that.
What was the other thing you wanted to cover?
Then we'll save it for that.
So there was something else?
That was it. The Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, I thought it was a couple things. It was just one big thing.
This first letter is from Leah. Subject, latest podcast. Dear Alan and Kelly, I just finished listening to your podcast, a sandwich and some shocking reveal. I'm cracking up because of your story about crashing a wedding reminded me about how I once crashed a wedding reception with my husband. The venue had 2 separate ballrooms that had staggered start times. So when the wedding we were at ended, the other one was still going on. We wandered in and my husband proceeded to get a drink at the bar. We turned around and there was a photographer that said, "Ooh, I didn't get you 2 yet." That's a good bit.
Yeah.
We took a picture. My husband finished his drink and we grabbed a koozie for a party favor on the way out. The next day, we ended up on the photographer's wedding site.
Oh.
The reason I saw it was because I ended up knowing the photographer and her second shooter was the one who took our picture. Our picture was only up for a couple of hours. Busted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Signed, your best customer, Leah.
Well, that's a good story, Leah. I don't know why they just didn't leave it up. Got to have a sense of humor about those things sometimes.
That's bold. That is bold to not only crash the reception, but then also
Be in the wedding photos.
wow, that's bold. Good one.
I
Very
wonder
good.
what that shocking reveal was. I can't remember what we talk about half the time.
Must not have been that shocking.
No.
This next letter is from Deanna. Have we read this one?
I don't know.
I think we may have. Subject, dog names. Hope it isn't too late. Hi, Alan and Kelly. For Alan's ego. I was listening to the most recent podcast where another listener, Yennefer, was asking for advice on a female dog name. The first names that came to mind for the breed and color were Charlotte and Margot, or Margot if you want, or Margot, with a T.
Yeah, Margot can be with a no T or with a T.
I'm picking up what she's putting down now. Or Margot if you want to get fancy in French. I'm a veterinarian assistant, and from my experience with this breed, those names would be really cute and fitting. Forward this to Yennefer if you can. Love you both. Deanna from Savannah.
Okay, so she's giving suggestions for the person who was asking us for dog names.
I don't think
there
we
you
read
go.
this one. Yeah.
I don't think we read that one.
Charlotte and
It was
Margot.
in response to another letter we got.
Yes.
Marlo's a great name for a dog.
Margot.
Margot also a great name for a dog. I like Livy too. Livy.
Remember that one time I took the dogs to that vet and they were calling Precious and Baby and Bunny and, Cutie Pie. And then they called Larry.
Aha. And the waiting room erupted in smiles.
This next letter is from Ray.
I like these letters. They're short and sweet.
Yes, we're getting her done. Subject, 16-year-old wants to drive.
Oh, that's shocking.
Hi, Kelly and Alan.
Hi.
Love you guys both. Going to make this quick. My 16-year-old daughter wants to start driving. Should I enroll her in driving school? What was your process with EK or other beginners? Love the podcast. Keep up the great work. P.S. We're from Corpus Christi, Texas, from Ray.
I'm really surprised to hear that because more and more of my friends are telling me their kids do not care a bit in this world about driving. They have no interest in it. It's, I was chomping at the bit when it was time for us to, same for you, when it was time to get your license.
Yes.
Wait. But I think kids, I don't know. It's just, I guess they have so many distractions now. We just wanted to get out of the house and go to the mall. We just wanted to go and see our friends. We didn't have cell phones and not really that much cable options, no streaming options for sure. Maybe that's why we were so motivated. But yeah, we did sign up Emma Kelly for a driver's ed course because we would have killed each other. I think her dad wanted to start giving her the driver's lessons, but he traveled so much for work. But then we found out that if you do go through certain certified driver programs, that you get insurance breaks, right?
Yes, yeah.
And what also attracted Emma Kelly was with this particular driving school, I don't know if, I think we were referred to somebody else who would actually test her. It was a little mom and pop operation. I literally drove Emma Kelly up to like a Dairy Queen or something and waited with the wife inside the Dairy Queen while the husband gave Emma Kelly her driver's test. And she wanted to do that other than go up to the DMV. She thought that would be too intimidating to take a driver's test there. And I agree with her. I think that would have been way more intimidating. But the good thing about this mom and pop shop, and maybe if you have this in the Corpus area, I'm not sure, was if you paid a little bit extra, he would take you through the whole route one time, tell you what you did wrong so you could correct it, and then take you through it again. So a lot of his students came close to scoring perfect on their driver's test. But you didn't have to do that. Some kids are so confident, like, I don't need to do that. But yeah, that's what we did. But our son Cole was a little different. He didn't go through a driver's school.
He didn't go through a driver's school, and he wasn't in any big hurry to get his license.
He dragged his feet on it.
He really just had little interest.
He's still not that excited about it.
Yeah.
You would think he'd be so thrilled. He's like, meh.
Yeah.
It's just different,
I remember back when I was 16, 17, when I was doing that, I just didn't want to ride the bus with all the freshmen.
Yeah.
I wanted to get off the bus.
Well, see, and everybody gets driven to school now and driven to practices,
Right.
and you've got so many. Well, see,
Rolled in the
parents,
bus.
I don't know what happened, with our generation. I didn't think twice about my parents not being at all my stuff. I would catch rides, get there somehow, do what I had to do. I just didn't even think about it, but parents have to show up for everything now. They sit there and watch practices. I'm like, I don't know. It's just a different time. But yeah, so that's what we did.
Another question we have while we're answering some questions here came through, passed to me by one of our producers, just passed me a note from our live studio audience.
You have the best vision. I can't see squat.
The live studio audience wants to know, when is the next A Sandwich and Some 11 family vacation?
We're working on it.
Wow.
Well, that's all we can say. We don't have anything. Why are you acting like that? Like you don't know nothing.
Well, okay.
We're working on something.
We're working on something.
But it will not be.
It's not going to be in
Mexico.
In Mexico.
It'll be somewhere else.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Sean Nunn.
Oh, El Presidente.
How you think you and that jackass husband of yours?
Don't say anything.
Oh,
Don't say anything.
Oh,
We're working on something
this next letter is for this year, right?
for this year.
This next letter is for the summer? Well, we don't know.
It's probably would be in June. Probably. I don't know. It could never happen. If it doesn't happen, we'll tell you what it was. You are going to love Legacy Box. Becoming a parent changes how you look at memories. While we're savoring and saving every moment with our kids, suddenly you start to realize a lot of important memories from our childhood. They're trapped on VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, photo albums, crammed into boxes labeled "Do Not Throw Away" and shoved into an attic. Those are at risk of being destroyed by heat, moisture, disaster, time. And once they're gone, they're gone. That's why you need Legacy Box now. They are the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos. And the process is so simple. They send you a Legacy Box and you fill it up with old VHS tapes, pictures, film reels, slides, DVDs, whatever you've got. Their team in Tennessee carefully digitizes it all by hand. They send you back the originals plus digital files on the cloud or a thumb drive. Ordering a Legacy Box is one of the best things I've done for my family, because now instead of just telling my kids about that crazy vacation I took to the mountains when I was a kid, I get to show them and relive it with them. And right now, during Legacy Box's Father's Day sale, you can save big while preserving your family's history. Visit legacybox.com/sandwich to get started today. That's legacybox.com/sandwich. It's the little things that make a big difference in how I feel. Now, for me right now, it's about stretching. I didn't realize how stiff I was until I started doing it. I love when I can stretch a little further than before. It makes me feel refreshed when I'm done. And a little makeup refresh can make all the difference too with Thrive Cosmetics, my go-to clean makeup routine year-round. Now, of course, their brilliant eye brightener and Stella champagne is always in my makeup bag. Actually, I need to reorder more. I'm almost out. But it comes in 32 shades, and the Shenna Mint Green Shimmer looks really fun for summer. Their Empower Matte Precision Lipstick Crayon, it's really amazing. It gives you a beautiful color that lasts without feeling dry. They have 18 buildable shades, and I love the Dusty Rose Kaiza color. I think that's how you pronounce it. But the best part, for every product you buy, Thrive donates products and funds to help communities thrive. So far, they've given over $150 million in products and cash to over 600 giving partners. This is beauty with purpose. Amplify your summer look with Thrive Cosmetics. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/sandwich for an exclusive 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/sandwich.
Another question was just passed to us by our live studio audience. Question is, I have a 2021 Nissan Rogue and I have no idea how to fill up my radiator with fluid.
Is this belong in Ask Alan Anything?
Okay, I can advise on this. What you don't want to do with a radiator is ever fill it up when the car has been driven. You want to wait till that thing is cool. Wait till it's been sitting like overnight.
Did somebody really ask that?
Yes, they did.
Room?
Don't be trying to fill your radiator when it's hot.
Is this an inside joke?
No, he asked the question. How do I fill it? Find the radiator reservoir and fill it up. This next letter is from Kim. Subject: Special Forces. Hi, Alan.
Again, this is becoming Ask Alan Anything.
This email is technically for Kelly.
Oh.
But I know you're the one who reads the email, so hopefully you'll pass it to her. Kelly, I'm
Yes.
glad you discovered the Special Forces show.
Oh.
Please stick with it because it is truly amazing and entertaining to see what people can endure and who makes it through to the end. Like you, I would never do it, but I like to see others test their physical strength, mental fortitude, and endurance. Please consider watching prior seasons while you're waiting on new episodes.
Oh.
Season 2 with Tyler Cameron?
Yes, Tyler C.
Not familiar.
Bachelor.
Oh.
He was on The Bachelor. He wasn't The Bachelor.
And
He was on
Yo-Yo
The Bachelorette.
and Yo-Yo Siwa?
Was he a Bachelor? Was Tyler C a Bachelor?
Who's Yo-Yo Siwa?
Jojo Siwa.
Oh.
Jojo, the little obnoxious little kid from Dance Moms with the big bows.
Oh.
And now she's an obnoxious young adult.
Season 2 with Tyler Cameron and JoJo Siwa is really good. Supposedly they became great friends from it. Thank you for your podcast entertainment. Enjoy your snow days, Kim.
I'm trying to remember, was Tyler C ever The Bachelor now? I don't think so. If he was, I would have watched that season. Yeah, I'll have to be honest with you. I kind of dropped off Special Forces. I should have stuck with it longer, but I can go back and watch. I can stream them, right? I think I can. I'm not sure. We don't have Paramount Plus. Is it on Fox? I don't know. I'll try to find it.
This next letter is from, we're just going to say from Jay. Subject, New Year's resolutions, bucket list to do. Happy 2025, you two. I wanted to write in.
Wow, this is a long letter. Old letter, huh?
I had one from December we just read.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to write in after listening to your most recent-ish podcast with my thoughts about putting something on your list that you've already planned to do. Kelly said that she didn't put her Europe trip on there because it has already been planned. I say put it on the list. At the end of 2024 in August, I started experiencing health issues and found out in October that it is the cancer.
Oh.
Now I'm doing chemo treatments and life has changed a lot, and so has my perspective. A lot of things we planned on doing had to be rescheduled or canceled. Also, a lot of things we didn't plan we're now doing instead. Writing down your goals, aspirations, and plans can be so motivating and reminds you what is important. Plus, it's one to tick off your list next year once you've done it. Hoping 2020. What's the matter with me? Hoping 2025 is extremely special for you two and your family. Happy New Year. Your very, very best customer, Jay, who has never gotten a follow back from you two. Winky, winky.
Well, I'll look you up. Good luck with your cancer fight. I know you're going to conquer it. That'd be a blessing. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe I'll go grab that red leather book and write it down, even though it's on the books. Yeah, I got another email that my final payment's coming due on that cruise, by the way.
Wonderful. This next letter is from Miranda. This is the last letter. Subject, episode 19. Kelly drops a dime.
You'll have to remind me.
Hello, lovelies. I love going back and hearing the originals. Kelly drops a dime, and these episodes are before you get sponsors.
Oh, yeah. I remember we got our first sponsor. We couldn't stop talking about it. It was some book where you could get your kid's name in it.
Yes.
We were gushing about this book for 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous.
You know we're sponsored. Let's see. Kelly drops a dime, and these episodes are before you get sponsors, so we hear both of you the whole time, which I love. I also love hearing you say to each other, love you so good. Kelly's dime was she lived 1 mile from former President Bush.
At one point I did.
There's no saying in Texas, Tennessee too. Anyways, thanks for reading this and love you so good. Have a nice evening, Miranda.
Thank you, Miranda. Love you so good too.
Very nice letter. Very nice. Very nice letters. Thank you. If you would like to submit a letter for consideration to be read on the podcast and answered, email us at podcast@kellyandallen.com.
All right, now we're going to segue into another riveting, completely different segment called Ask Alan Anything.
Ask Alan anything.
We should have rehearsed that. Let's try it a little bit more upbeat. Ask Alan anything. What key is that?
I just wanted you to say key. I knew you would too.
Wow.
I just knew you would say key.
Well, what key was that?
I don't know. I don't know enough about music to tell you what key I was in.
All right. Top 3 sports to watch. Big fan of both of you.
You're just busting right into it, huh?
What do you want me to do?
Okay. That's the question?
top 3 sports to watch. Big fan of both of you. So I'm guessing the question is, what are your top 3 sports to watch?
Top 3 sports to watch. Football.
In order?
Yes. NFL football. Golf.
Wow.
And then probably a tie between NBA basketball,
Really?
MLB baseball, and World's Strongest Man competitions.
Well, you said NFL football. How about college football?
You know, I don't enjoy college football as much as professional sports.
Okay.
I just don't. And don't even get me started on the whole NIL paying college players, blah, 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 blah business too.
I won't. I will not even ask you about that.
It's
but I will-
basically pro football.
We
now.
did talk about, you wanted to get into it a little bit, but somebody asked, Elizabeth Strada, by the way, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sad are you about the Luca trade?
50.
Yeah, that's really, I think the whole country, they even made a joke about it at the Grammys on Sunday night. This is how really it just shocked the country, the sports, the people that care about sports.
So if you're not familiar, real high level, there is a basketball team in the NBA called the Dallas Mavericks that happens to be our home team. We love the Mavericks. I take the boys. Kelly and I have been together. One of our first dates was a Mavericks game.
One of them, yeah.
I've taken the boys many times to see the Mavericks. The Mavericks, since 2018, have had this dude on their team named Luca Doncic. He's from Slovenia. The dude is one of the greatest NBA players, I think, maybe to play.
Just so naturally gifted.
Yes. He's only 25 years old. He came into the league when he was a teenager. Didn't go to college. He played for Slovenia, but he was drafted. The Mavericks got him, and he played for the Mavericks until about 3 or 4 days ago.
And had every intention of retiring
Yes.
as a Maverick, as did his predecessor, Dirk Nowitzki.
Right. So, Kelly, I'm in bed already this night, and
It's about 11 o'clock.
I'm kind of dozing off. I'm about halfway asleep, and Kelly says, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm like, she's on her phone. She said, "Luca Doncic just got traded to the Lakers."
It was literally posted on X. It had been up for 1 minute, and Alan said, "Oh,
I said,
no."
"That's a bunch of crap."
Joke. I said, "No, Alan, this is from the New York Post. This is not like some random, blogger. This is the New York Post posting."
And
it."
I was like, "No way!
Yeah.
What is going on?" So basically, the entire city of Dallas is in this funk.
Huge.
It's like I don't even know how to explain.
It's a gut punch.
Would it be like when the Cowboys were really good and they just won a Super Bowl? Then you trade like Troy Aikman.
Oh, we would never recover.
You trade Troy Aikman for another player who's not really as good as Troy Aikman.
I don't know.
And you didn't tell the coach.
Didn't tell anybody.
You didn't tell the player.
That's the shocking part.
You didn't tell anybody. Luca had no idea he was being traded. Had no idea. In fact, the dude bought a $15 million house last week. He just signed the papers. He closed on his house because he's thinking, I'm going to play in Dallas the rest of my career.
That's awful. I just don't see how that's okay.
It's very sad.
I don't see how it's okay.
I mean,
that nobody has a say.
I know. As a sports fan, it's sad. I mean, he's going to be fine. But he's
going to be fine.
He wanted to play here.
I know. He wanted to live here.
The fans wanted him to play here. The coach wanted him to play here. But the general manager did this trade with the Lakers.
Who's the general manager?
Nico Harrison.
Who's that?
He has been with the Mavericks for a while. He used to be an executive with Nike, and he's now the general manager for the Mavericks.
Is he like speaking out, or is he just not saying
he
a word?
he had a really awkward press conference with the coach, Jason Kidd, where Jason Kidd is sitting there. He absolutely looks shell-shocked.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there with glassy eyes just kind of looking, and Nico Harrison's going on and on about how this is going to be good for the team. We're going to win now, and we're going to win in the future. And every fan in Dallas is pissed off about this. And across the world, because Luca had international fans. The Mavericks lost 700,000 Instagram followers in one day.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And I don't think you can fix it. There's no going back, is there?
No.
Can you say no back? Is it no backsies?
No, it's done.
It's awful.
So I'm sick. Yeah, I'm sick like everybody else because I love Luca. I love the Mavericks. And now we've got this dude named Anthony Davis who was playing with LeBron in Los Angeles. He's a good player. He's a good player. He's a big guy. He's a center. They call him the brow because he has a unibrow, or they call him like Anthony Street Clothes Davis because he's always hurt.
Well, I just hope the fans aren't mean to him because
I know.
it's not his fault.
It's not his fault. He didn't know either.
It's not his fault.
His fault. No, absolutely not. It's not his fault.
I just hope he doesn't get booed or anything, that people are kind about it.
I hope not
Just
either.
boo the general manager.
Boo the general manager.
All right. How is that don't put it down, put it away mantra working for your family?
Working pretty good for me. Every time I see something, I'm like, what? That's not where that goes. I'm going to put it up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dishes are miraculously not finding their way to the dishwasher.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. It's working pretty well for me because I'm the one who does it.
Okay, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he says.
Mm-hmm.
He is so charming because I posted this, on my Instagram. I get a little bit and I said, ask Alan anything. So this person, Zoe, said he is so charming, but will he ever stop his bit of voice changing during the podcast? Too cringe. And then a wailing crying emoji. But you're so charming. But apparently your voice changing bit is cringe.
I don't know how to respond to that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The answer is no, you're not going to stop doing that?
No, I'm absolutely not going to stop doing it. But if you listen to the Kid Craddock Morning Show,
nationally syndicated,
you'll hear, I don't know what you call them, babe, when you guys do the, like before the show starts, they're playing little clips of you guys singing things.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the returns.
The returns. Okay. I'm not in the radio business.
That's okay.
I'm a lowly podcaster and YouTuber. So, they play these outlandish things y'all say, and when taken out of context, you sound ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's why, before I say anything outlandish, I change my voice, because I don't want to be taken out of context, have our wacky marketing department have that sound clip of me saying something.
What's wrong with that?
That can be used in perpetuity.
Nah, what's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
My son, this is from Allison, my son is stationed at Fort Hood as of yesterday. Are there things to do when we visit?
In Fort Hood?
Do you know anything going on in Fort Hood?
I don't know a damn thing about Fort Hood. Fort Hood? I mean, I know
it's in Texas.
Well,
but I've never been to that area.
I grew up in Wichita Falls, where there's an Air Force base in Wichita Falls called Shepherd Air Force Base. I know a lot about
maybe
that.
There's confusion that thought you were.
And then we used to go across the border up in Oklahoma. We go to Fort Sill.
We cannot help you with
I've
things
never
to
been
do in Fort Hood.
Never been to Fort Hood.
Maybe somebody listening to this podcast will DM me or email us at podcast@kellyandallen.com, because he just got stationed there, so he's going to be there a minute. And maybe y'all can give us some things to pass along to do in Fort Hood, because honestly, I don't know.
Fort Hood?
That's what it says. My son is stationed at Fort Hood as of yesterday. Things to do when we visit?
I don't think there's a lot in Fort Hood.
How far away is Fort Hood from us?
I don't even know that.
Alan's going to look on his phone.
We don't guess.
Quick.
We look it up.
Yeah, because if it's not too far, you can just come see us, in Plano, Texas, if it's not that far.
God's country. Okay, we're putting Fort Hood into
Waze?
Apple directions here.
Where is it near?
That gives us 177 miles and 2 hours and 36
What's it
minutes.
Near? Can you tell what?
Oh, it's in Kylene. That's where Fort.
Oh,
Or
Killeen?
No, it's not. Hold on. What am I doing here?
I didn't grow up in Texas, so don't expect me to know geography here.
Fort Hood, Texas. Why is it pointing to
Fort Hood isn't a city.
No, I don't want Fort Hood, Texas. I want Fort Hood. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fort Hood. Kylene. Yeah. Okay. Right. No, there's nothing to do in Kylene. Yeah.
You're screwed.
No, I've been through. I've ridden through Kylene. Now that you mention it,
There's probably an Applebee's.
yeah, there's nothing in Kylene. I'm
there
sorry.
might be a strip mall.
Yeah, I'm sorry for all you that live in Kylene.
I would imagine a bowling alley.
but there ain't nothing in Kylene.
Well, I bet there is, and I bet there's Killeen. Is it Killeen or Kylene? It's Killeen. I bet there's Killeen Pride and Fort Hood Pride, and somebody's going to tell us what to do there.
Well, I'm sure there's some lovely maybe barbecue restaurants and such. But
well, speaking of, a question from Paisley Daisy says, do y'all still have the restaurant?
We do. There's one in Addison. There's one in Dallas.
Now, I think there's a misconception that we own it. We are
s-
investors
we're
in it.
we're partners.
We wrote a check.
Yes.
That's the extent of our ownership.
Yes, and we have a sandwich named after us.
What trait this is from Carlethia. What trait do you most admire in your wife, your sons,
Oh,
and
wow.
Emma Kelly?
Wow.
Yeah, that's deep.
That's a good one. Okay.
What trait do you most admire? Let's start with me. Well, that's what she asked first.
Gosh, well, with Kelly, there's so many things I admire about
But
Kelly.
what do you most admire?
There really is. I think I was just telling my mom and dad this the other day.
You were talking about me behind my back.
We were talking about you. It was all good things.
I know that's always good.
No, Kelly does a lot for a lot of people, and a lot of what she does goes unseen. And she really, what's the right word? What's the right way to say it? She really wants everybody to be happy.
That's true.
She does. She really, really tries her hardest to make sure everybody has what they need, has what they like to eat, is taken care of, She was just asking the boys the other day, are there any toilets? I'm getting ready to go. Kelly goes to the grocery store probably every other day.
I love going to the grocery store. I love my people at Kroger. I love them all so much.
She was just asking the boys, like, is there anything you need upstairs, And, as I observe Kelly's interaction with the kids and the boys, I always notice that. She's always doing something for other people. And she does so many things that to me, it would be hard for me to do all these things that she does every day. Make lunches. That's one thing that Kelly has always done.
One of the main reasons he married
That's
me.
one of the things that Kelly's always done for the boys, and I just appreciate that so
I never
much.
have to make a school lunch again. Yay.
Because I did that for years when I was, a single dad in the compartment with all the kids. And I remember just when you're tired at the end of the day, sometimes you just don't want to make a bunch of lunches. It's hard.
But you do it anyway.
It's hard to do. But it's not just doing little things like that. It's just the kindness, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet.
Kelly's kindness.
Next, what trait do you admire most in your sons?
Well, let's see. Cole is 16 and Dylan is 12. Going on 13. He'll be 13 in September. Cole will be 17 in May. And I think as I've seen the boys grow up a little bit here, and they're turning out to be, and I know it's very difficult in a house, in a family where you go back and forth. I know that that's not an ideal situation. I think about that a lot. I have a lot of guilt about that a lot. I think about that a lot and the effect it has on a kid in that situation, But I just look at how they're developing and the way they treat people, how respectful they are, how loving they are. They're just good kids. They're good people. They're turning out, they're changing from little kids and turning into young men, especially Cole. He's a young man. Dylan is, he's a tween, a preteen. But to me, they're developing into good young men who I think know right from wrong. I really do. I really think that they both have good heads on their shoulders. They ask good questions about stuff that sometimes I'm like, wow, that's a really interesting question for someone who's 12, or they do things and say things and show me that they're respectful, good, hardworking boys, and I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of when I think about those guys.
What trait do you most admire about Emma Kelly?
Emma Kelly is a fun kid. She really is. Emma Kelly has a different personality than of course they all have different personalities, but a lot different personality than the boys. I know Kelly and Emma Kelly, just being mom and daughter, have. They'll go back and forth about stuff sometimes. They have little disagreements about things and stuff. But I know Emma Kelly loves her mother more than anything in the world. I know she really does. And I know Kelly loves Emma Kelly more than anything in the world. And I guess when I look at Emma Kelly, when I met Emma Kelly, she was a little kid, and I remember one of the first times I met her, I walked into your old house, and she was playing bashful and hiding her eyes. And then she'd run behind the corner, and then she'd peek, and then she ran around and ran behind you and was peeking at me because she just didn't really know what to make of me.
Yeah, didn't know what to do with her energy.
Right. But she's a fun kid. She's got a really, and I think I've always said this, she has a very kind heart. I think Emma Kelly has a soft, kind heart. I think she does. And I know she loves her mom. I know that's for sure.
Yeah, that's very sweet. I'm going to have to make her listen to this podcast. What are you doing for Valentine's?
I thought we were going to Ruth's Chris.
Yes, but what else are we doing? I told you what we're doing.
We're going to go get mani-pedis.
Yes, because we're not going Valentine's night. We talked about this on our previous podcast because I waited too long. Usually, I know the man. We don't care who makes the reservation as long as it gets done. But I waited too long, I guess, and we couldn't get one on Friday night. So I said, why don't we just celebrate Valentine's on the anniversary of our engagement, which happened on February 11th. So we're going to celebrate our Valentine's on February 11th. And I did not know I was going to get engaged that day. So it was on a Saturday. And I told Alan he had never had a mani-pedi before in his life. So I said, well, my Valentine's Day present to you is I'm going to take you for your first mani-pedi. And that's what we did. We also had... Alan tricked me. He told me we were going to a Mavericks game, speaking of Mavericks, and we swung by Reunion Tower first because his boss had some sort of package she couldn't use, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's how we got engaged. So I said, why don't we recreate that, and I'm going to take you to get another mani-pedi.
I'm down. I love the mani-pedi.
That's what we're doing for Valentine's Day, mani-pedis and Ruth's Chris on a Tuesday.
Oh, when I go into that place we go, I get pampered.
Oh, for mani-pedi, not Ruth's Chris, yeah.
Oh, the mani-pedi
Oh,
ladies.
they love Alan. If I go in there without
gosh.
him, where's your husband?
Oh.
Where's your husband? Where's Alan? Where's Mr. Alan?
I feel like the Filipino Elvis when I walk in there.
They'd say, you're so handsome. Your husband's so handsome while you're sitting there. I'm like, I know.
They say you're very...
And then she says,
and
you're pretty too.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're good looking. Oh, thank you. You're a good looking couple. Thank you. We love the ladies that... If you're in the Plano area, Plano, Texas, far, far north Dallas, Polo Nails. We love Polo Nails. They're always very good to us.
Lua.
No, honey, that's a joke you make. It's Polo Nails.
Oh.
That's a joke he makes. Nail Lua doesn't even exist anymore, the one we went to.
Whoa.
You can't scroll your phone for more than 30 seconds without seeing somebody talking about GLP-1s. Maybe you've been close to trying them, but you're not a needle person, or maybe you're looking for a natural alternative. Well, let me introduce you to our podcast sponsor, Veracity. Their Metabolism Ignite, it's a natural plant-based GLP-1 alternative that is doctor recommended and clinically proven to help reduce hunger. Just 2 capsules with breakfast every morning. It's all you need. And one of the first things I noticed was I wasn't thinking about food all day, that food noise you always are constantly battling. Metabolism Ignite has no allergens, no caffeine, no negative side effects, and we love that. It's shown to reduce hunger by 85% and clinically proven to help lose an average of 9 pounds in 90 days. We really love that. Look, this stuff is sold out 10 times for a reason. So before it sells out again, make the switch to GLP-1s the natural way. Head to veracityhealth.co and use sandwich for up to 65% off your order. Once again, that's VERACITY health.co for up to 65% off. Make sure you use our promo code SANDWICH so they know we sent you. I don't think I've ever talked about it on this podcast before, but one day I was walking past the windows going upstairs and I noticed this greasy cooking smell. You know what I mean? It turns out it was our blinds. Something about the sun was breaking them down over the years. And who knows how long they were there before we bought our house. We needed new blinds bad, and that's what led me to 3-Day Blinds. I absolutely loved how easy they made the whole process. They send a professionally trained design consultant to your home. It's a free, no obligation, same-day quote. And they've got thousands of options to fit any budget and style. It's not just blinds. They've got shades, shutters, drapery too. 3-Day Blinds even has those motorized smart blinds that work with Alexa. Those are so cool. They take all the measurements. They handle the installation too. And it's perfect because I'm not handy. And what a difference it's made. This is an upgrade that makes your whole house feel refreshed and polished without having to do a big renovation. Right now, get quality window treatments that fit your budget with 3-day blinds. Head to 3dayblinds.com/sandwich for their buy one, get one 50% off deal on custom blinds, shades, and drapery. For a free, no charge, no obligation consultation, just head to 3dayblinds.com/sandwich. One last time, that's buy one, get one 50% off when you head to the 3dayblinds.com/sandwich.
All right. So this one's kind of deep. How do I honor my father when he had an affair preceding and during my mother's death?
How do I honor my father? Is he alive?
The father apparently confessed about there was, I believe, some suspicion, but the mother was very ill and passed away. And then after the mother passed away, the father decided to purge himself of his guilt and share that he had been having an affair
To the
child.
Is it a daughter or
This looks like a son.
a son? How do I honor my father?
After he confessed, after the mother has passed away, that he was having an affair while she was sick.
Boy, that's a tough one. I mean, gosh, I can't even I can't even put myself in that position because obviously have not been in that position. But gosh, I guess if there's really difficult things to talk about that are awkward like that with your father, I mean, I think is this a grown man we're talking about here? It must be.
The kid isn't following me on Instagram.
Yeah. I would think you would need to have a man-on-man conversation.
But they already had it. The father confessed it.
Oh, so they've already talked about
The father
this.
confessed it. The father was burdened by it.
I see.
So to rid him of his guilt, he told his son, I was having an affair.
Gotcha.
And now the mother's dead.
Well, I think he's going to have to decide that. He's on his own schedule with that. I mean, I don't think anybody would say, well, you need to just totally forget about it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody could say that to him. I also would not advise that you completely disown your father. Not saying what he did was cool, not saying what he did was right, not saying any of that, but he is a human being and he is your father. So is there a way over time to discuss this and possibly reconcile it? I don't know, but you have to decide. You're going to have to be the one that decides. Your dad, I guess he didn't have to tell anybody, but he did.
Exactly. That's the thing. This is when I get, I do love letters to Kelly, and a lot of times, and people have disagreed with me, and I know every case is different, but usually the question is about cheating in a marriage, but it's not like the child of the cheater. It's the person involved in the cheating. And they feel like they need to tell their husband or wife that they cheated. And I'm always like, tap the brakes on that. Because people slip up in marriages, they make huge mistakes.
Huge.
But if you regret it so deeply and you're like, I came close to ruining the best thing that's happened to me. I don't want to jeopardize my marriage. I'm never going to even look at another person again. I'm going to dedicate myself to loving my husband, loving my wife for the rest of my life. And, there is the risk that will come to light, but I would rather, I'm just telling you what my advice would be is just keep your mouth shut. Because by ridding yourself of that burden, if I told you, Alan, Alan, I'm just going to come clean. I don't plan on doing it again, but I slept with another man. Could you ever get past that? I mean, that's hard. The trust is broken.
If you started those words with me, I'd be like, just stop. Stop.
Because there's no good. You're ridding yourself of the burden. Boy, I feel better. I got that off my chest. Now I don't have to carry that secret around with me anymore. Well, I've just put that on you. And now you're going to be, every time I'm 10 minutes late to come home, you're going to wonder, and I'm just like, wrong or right. I don't know. That's just the advice. And I don't even know if that's biblical.
I don't think that
I just don't think you have to confess everything, especially if you don't plan on doing it. Now, if you plan on, well, I'm going to just keep seeing my side piece and never tell my husband or wife, that's different. I'm talking about somebody that screws up, knows they screwed up, and realize they dodged a bullet and don't plan on doing it again. And so I think by that parent telling the child what they've done to free themselves of the burden, what the hell? Why would the parent do that? And I try to imagine if my dad did that, and I know Jerry Raspberry is not doing that to Connie Raspberry. I'm just trying to put myself in that position, that because it's like Alan said, this has never happened to us. But if my daddy came to me after my mother had passed away and let me know, oh, well, a couple years before your mother died, and while she was laid up in the hospital, I've been having a girlfriend, and here she is. I'm like, why couldn't you just lie to me and pretend, lie to me? Now I'm going to look at my daddy different. This is not happening, by the way. I'm just saying, but I would still, I don't know if it's as a Southerner or as a Christian or what, I would still respect my father as my father. I would still honor my father, but I would be so disappointed. It would change the dynamics of the relationship. And I don't know how you get past that.
It's a hard question to answer without.
That's so hard.
Without all the information. It's also something that, like Kelly said, I mean, it'd
awful.
It'd be a cold day in hell before something like that happened with either one of our families.
Oh yeah, that's not happening. I'm just trying to say, if that had happened in my family, I just can't imagine. People walk around with burdens and secrets, and you know what? Sometimes part of that burden is keeping it to yourself. That's part of the punishment you have to pay. That's part of the punishment, right? Is carrying the burden yourself and not putting that on your husband or wife or child.
There in anybody listening right now, including me and you who are talking, that hasn't done something in their life that they're not super proud of.
Horribly ashamed of.
That they're not super proud of. Every single person has something that they've done, and they know that they did it. They're not proud of it. And how people process that, I guess, is different for everybody. Some, like Kelly's saying, hey, for some people, it might be a better idea to just say your prayers and keep that to yourself.
Keep it to you. That's
instead of using
advice. But it's done now.
Instead of confessing all this to your children, who that is very difficult information for a kid, even if he's a grown man, to hear from his father.
Your hero.
That's tough. So that's why the only advice I have is you're on your own schedule. You don't have to say that's okay, but I don't know. I
would just, keep checking on your father.
Yeah.
As the child, your duties as a child, is like just check on your parents every once in a while, make sure they're doing okay. Do you need, just that kind of thing. But you don't have to be, we're going down to the lake with dad and his mistress this weekend. I won't be doing that either, Man, people are just so screwed up. We all are. We all have different levels of screwed upness, if that's a new word.
Yeah, human beings are imperfect creatures, and they do really dumb stuff.
Who knew we'd get such deep questions on Ask Alan Anything?
It was a good one, though. It's just
deep.
It's hard to answer.
It's just deep. Well, I hate to end on that note. The rest of them are kind of really too personal. I don't think we're going to answer some of those.
Ask one.
It's about Brooke.
Let's hear it.
Well, just why don't we see pictures of your daughter anymore?
Yeah.
That's just one of them. Do you talk to Brooke, or is that too personal? I get it. People are curious, but we got a lot about that.
Yeah. Well, I understand the curiosity. All I can say is there's been no change in that relationship. I wish it wasn't like this. I really do. I really wish it wasn't like this. And over the years, I feel like I've done a lot to try to make things better, but it just never got any better. Yeah. And that's where we are today, And I always I'm to the point now to where I can at least, I've told Kelly many times, I can at least talk about it. When people ask, I don't love talking about it, but I will talk about it now. Whereas before it was very, very difficult to process and talk about. But now I've kind of accepted it is what it is. And in my mind, in the short term, nothing's going to change. In the long term, maybe it will change, maybe not. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but I can look myself in the mirror every single day and say, man, you did the best you could with what you knew, with all the information you had, and you tried your best to make things better. And unfortunately, in my situation, I need some help to make things better, and I can't do it just in a vacuum. So that's where we are. No, I mean, nothing's changed.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know. We got a lot of questions about that. And so I was like, well,
I understand, because when Kelly and I got married, people saw a family,
and it was great.
Everything was wonderful.
It was great.
Everything was great. And then
until it just wasn't.
Until it wasn't. And it
was truly blindsiding.
Yeah.
It was just truly a one day it just stopped. And there was no reason.
Yeah.
That's the most perplexing part. And I always like to know why. I'm like, we got to find out why, what, why. And just there is no why.
Yeah.
That we have been told.
Yeah. Well, it's a difficult, very difficult thing, I think, for everybody, and at least it is. I know it has been for me and for Kelly, because Kelly has had to listen to me for 4 or 5 years, many, many times, trying to understand, a lot of this stuff and why, and, why me, why not me? Why did this happen? How did this happen? So it's just, it's the weirdest thing to know that, and I've tried to explain it, to know that you have a child, but you can't see the child, but the child is alive, but you don't have any indication that the child is alive. It's like the child is gone, but I know she's there. You can't even put into words.
I can't imagine
how hard it is to process all that. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So
I can't imagine.
It's taken a long time to just get to the point to where I can just talk about it.
Yeah.
Because for a while it was I just didn't want to talk about it because it would just make me so upset, But all is good. I was just talking to my mother about this the other day, and I said, my dad walked out of the room, and it's just me and my mom, when it's just me and my mom, we get down to the really deep stuff. My mom likes checking in on me and stuff. And I said, Mom, my life isn't perfect, but it's 99.9% there, and
we should all hope for that.
Yeah. I have a great family, and I'm able to work on some really fun, cool things. And I have a great wife, and my mom and dad are alive, and I have a good relationship with my sister, and the kids are doing pretty well. There's a void there, but I can't just focus on that. I can't, and you might have heard me talking, or Kelly and I talking a couple of podcasts ago about not putting an emphasis on things that cause you sadness, and I was using that analogy with the tree. That's kind of what I was talking about. That's what I was alluding to, was you get to a point where you just can't let that be attached to you. You got to get rid of it, because you can't always think of that. You've got a whole bunch of other branches that are doing great that you've got to nurture and make sure are good.
Yeah, or they would start to suffer.
Or they start to suffer.
The disease starts to spread.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it takes time to, and I think I did a follow-up after we talked about that tree, and I said, look, I'm not saying when something's wrong in your life, just chop it off. You try to make it better as best you can. You never give up. But there does get to be a point sometimes in your life where you're like, I gave it my best shot, man, and there's just nothing else I can do. There's really nothing else I can do. Yeah. So.
Well, there you go. That was Ask Alan Anything. Aren't y'all glad you asked? Aren't you? It'll be a while before we do that again.
How come?
Well, I mean, they've asked you everything. What else is there to ask you?
Those are good questions.
Well, maybe somebody was like, man, I wish Kelly, you would have asked him this, or why didn't y'all cover that? Y'all can email us at any time. Y'all can DM me anytime. I'm at Instagram at Kelly Raspberry. We've got an Instagram, A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. We've got a Facebook page for the podcast. Alan's got his YouTube channel, Moto Alonzo. He's trying his bucket list for this year was to get up to 1,000 members. I haven't checked lately to see how that's growing. Hopefully, everybody listening has subscribed to you on YouTube.
I think I'm almost to 400.
That's great. I mean, you're going to make it. I mean, I would like to think more listeners would just take a minute and go to YouTube at Moto Alonzo and subscribe.
I understand that.
And people say I'm going to do it and they forget. They get
No,
distracted.
but
I know.
For our audience, motorcycling is a very niche thing, right? I mean, I know like all our audience isn't into bikes as much as I am, so I get it.
Yeah, but we love you.
Well, yeah, but if you want to follow, that's cool too.
You're almost to 400.
Yeah, I'm getting
Maybe
close.
by next podcast you'll be at 400. That's my personal goal for you. I'm going to solicit for that. So anyway, yeah, I'm already subscribed, honey.
Good. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. But yeah, so email us podcast@kellyandalan.com. You can DM us anytime. We're here at your service. And look, earlier somebody did ask about an upcoming podcast family vacation. It's not going to be to Mexico. We're not doing that this year, but there is a possibility we will do something else with the podcast family. This opportunity was just posed to me this week. I shared it with Alan. Alan gave it a thumbs up. Now we just have to wait to see if everything falls into place to make it happen. If it happens, it's really cool. Really cool. It'll be a lot of fun. If it doesn't happen, we'll think of something else.
Yeah, because our vacation was limited this year, but for good reason. Kelly is going on a trip to Europe.
Yeah, Emma Kelly's graduating high school, so I'm taking her.
Yeah.
I told her I'd take her to. My parents, when I was graduating high school, promised me a trip to England, and
Good eye, mate.
Yeah, and things didn't work out, and I don't blame my parents for it. It just didn't work out for me to go with it for my high school graduation. So I was like, I'm kind of living vicariously a little bit through Emma Kelly, who, by the way, we got her prom dress today.
All right.
Stunning. My child is stunning. So that was a lot of fun and a little bit bittersweet, and I'm also planning her high school graduation party. So we've got a lot of fun things happening, a lot of exciting things, but a lot of, heartbreaking things too. But I'll get through it, as we all tend to do.
That's
Part of
right.
life.
Hey.
Part o' life.
It's tough being human, babe.
It is.
All right. You got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, love you desperately.
I love you too.
Love our listeners desperately. I love
y'all.
I love everybody that asked questions and wrote letters. It's very, very nice of y'all.
I think we're supposed to say, I love you so good.
I love you so good.
Because that's what the listener said she liked from the old podcast. I love you so good.
I did have somebody, I can't remember if they emailed me or DM'd me, but they said, I went back and listened to it. She said, Kelly really used to talk to you a lot differently than she does now.
What does that mean?
This means you had a different tone.
Well, we were freaking newlyweds. I mean, come on.
I'm sure
I'm sure Alan talked to me just exactly the same.
I'm sure I had a different tone
I'm
as
sure.
well. I'm sure I had a different tone as well. You know what else I'm sure of? I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.